Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears, live an awesome life. All right, we're done. We're done with fear, aren't we? All right, so I'm going to share with you something today that is continually reinforcing what I have personally felt and taught for a very long time, what other teachers share and believe to be true. And I have continually shared with you that everything is one thing happening at the same time, not simultaneously, but it's just one thing happening. I was told that during a very enlightened, a very awakened state, that and I didn't understand it when I got this information. Everything is one thing happening. Everything that's ever happened, is happening, ever will happen, is all one thing happening. All right, I know that's just mind-boggling. What do you mean? Like, this is happening and that's all at the same time? No, it's one thing happening. What does that mean? There's no break. There's no separation in anything. There's only individual choice. All right? There's only individual choice because that brings variety into the mix. There's no such thing as time. I was also told that. I couldn't wrap my head around that one, but that means that everything exists and every probability exists, right? Because if we haven't made a choice yet for our own future, then all of these probabilities exist that we can choose from, all right? So even though you are the collective consciousness, you absolutely have your own choice, and it affects everything else that you are. It doesn't affect somebody else, it affects you because you are that something else and they are you. All right, so I'm going to share something with you that I saw last night that blew my mind, that I think is sort of funny in a way because, oh, my Max went dark. I think it's sort of funny in the way because it's like, how many times do we have to keep hearing this? There are these new theories coming out that are separate from other theories. And I just want to get all these scientists in a room and say, you guys, you're saying the same thing. It's not a separate theory. It's not a separate thing. Like the particle wave theory, you know, that it's all the same thing. Now scientists are believing in telepathy, which is sort of funny. And there's a gentleman who I saw some YouTube information about, and his name is Rupert. What's Rupert? Rupert Sheldrake. And he has the morphic field theory. He's done many tests on this, and of course it's come out to be positive. Now, the morphic field theory, and you can look this up, he's actually on David Wilcock's show on Gaia, and they did several interviews with him. Guy's brilliant, and everything he's saying is just absolutely right on. But I love how these theories, again, separate from each other. So the morphic field theory basically says that you and I are one mind. We're sharing it. Okay, they did tests. Here's some just brief examples. They did tests on people who did complex puzzles, you know, the crossword puzzles in newspapers, that if they did them later in the day or the next day, that they would do much better. They'd score better because other people had already done it. So if the solutions were already out there, if all the answers were out there in the collective consciousness, then the person taking the test or doing the crossword puzzle later on in the day, the next day, could tap into that unknowingly, tap into it, and actually the answers would come to them faster. Okay, they've shown that genes, people think that things happen for genes, and that's not the case either. They showed that, animals having a certain behavior, they believed that a certain behavior, let's say of two rats that, had they were taught certain things, and then they had offspring, and the offspring automatically knew those things, those tricks, and could do them better. So they were trying to push this off as genes, but then they started to do control groups that were not genetically connected at all, and the same thing happened. Once things were taught or learned, it was shared in the collective consciousness, and those doing it after that original group learned a trick would be better at it, learn it faster. Right? Okay, are you getting this? This is crazy, right? No, it's not, because we all share one mind. So, and I've shared this with you, be careful of what you put into the collective consciousness, because you have individual choice, and be careful about what you're picking up on. And this is why it's so important for all of us to raise our consciousness, because every single thought is part of just one thing happening. Now, some scientists are questioning him, like he even talks about we're all one energy. So a phantom limb, you know what's a phantom limb? If you lose your arm, you still have the feelings, you still can envision it touching things, you still have pain in the arm itself, not here, like in the fingers, you can feel the fingers and all that. And so his theory is the morphic field is an energy field. So that energy that is still attached to you still exists, it doesn't go away. It's still part of you. And that's a shared information. So this he takes this into some really complex areas that are pretty awesome. But again, the other scientists will argue that certain things were telepathy versus the morphic field. Hey guys, it's all one thing. You can call that telepathy and the morphic field and all this other stuff. It's one thing. It's just one thing. I don't know why they keep separating these things. I want you to know how powerful you are. Every answer to every problem you have is in the collective consciousness. If there was somebody who came up with something, that's why inventions sometimes show up at the same time. It's out there. Once somebody comes up with something, if they don't claim it, somebody's going to, because that answer, that solution is already out there. It can be shared now. So, what are you waiting for? You have everything available to you in the collective consciousness that we share. And if you have an issue, know that that information is all waiting. The right people are waiting for you, the right answers, because you aren't limited to anything. If we're one mind, if we're one quantum field with individual choice, you can use the quantum field that has everything available to you to make your individual choice. And that's the beauty of it. That's what the one is doing. It's experiencing all of those choices. I love that train. I have a train that goes by every once in a while. We get to share that. So every attitude you have, every thought, every action, if you're not achieving things in your life that you should be and want to, you need to get on it. You need to start doing these things and raising your frequency, your joy, your abundance, all of these things. You can do anything you want. There's no separation. No separation, only choice. That's why I tell you, no one can make you feel bad. No one can make you believe anything. How do I change my beliefs? I'm going to do a video right after this. How do you change your beliefs? You're going to be interested in what I have to say about that. I think we have to start taking this thing up a notch and a notch and a notch and stop separating theories and ideas and opinions. There is no separation. There's only choice. There's only separate choices that all contribute to the one. It's the one doing it. You're the one doing it. You're the one that does everything. You're the one that you're talking to when you ask for protection. You are the one doing it. All it is a variation of frequencies. One energy with a variation of frequencies, all choosing. I know, it's sort of mind-blowing. It's like, wait, don't think too hard about this. So that's why I tell you, when you feel certain things, sometimes it's not always your feeling. It's not always you. And when you get ideas, it's not your idea individually. It's that you are choosing, you're picking up on it, of the collective consciousness. And you can do what you want with it. That's the beauty, right? So when you feel certain things, like maybe you feel, ooh, you know, why do I feel weird today? You know, or a mood shifted or whatever, when you have no explanation for it at all. Sometimes you're picking up on the collective consciousness. There may be an event coming, there may be an event that happened, there may be just a probability that you're picking up on. That's why it's so important every day, send your light and love out to the universe. Your energy is powerful, and when you send it out, you're actually connecting your positive choice of shifting your energy out into the rest of the energy that is you, that will help to shift it to a higher frequency. That's all we are. We're just one thing resonating. That's it. And of course, the ultimate, and it's not even up here. We always say up here. It's the ultimate frequency, of course, is what we ultimately want to get back to, because we are it. It's experiencing itself and pulling it back. It's like, okay, now I know what it's like to be murdered. Ooh, now I know what terminal illness feels like. Wow, that's powerful. And all the experiences along that journey, the pain, the triumph, the breakthroughs, the strength, all the things that you get to experience with those seemingly negative experiences are the one just exploring all of that. And we don't have to stay there. If that's you, explore. If you're that, that arm, that finger of the one experiencing that, you can change that experience. You can change that journey. All of these probabilities are available to you. Everything's one thing. So you're not like, oh, here's the rich guy and here's you. The rich guy chose a certain path coming down. The rich guy also chose the path while he or she was here to become wealthy. Maybe they get bored with that. They realize that's not the answer to everything. It's not happiness. And then they go and seek other things. But if you are not taking action, you are not benefiting from all of the probabilities available to you. And this life that you're living can be anything you want it to be. You can shift into anything. Any probability, and it's happening every split second or less, of course, right? There's no such thing as time. Every probability with a thought, if it's a negative one, you're going into a different probability. You're connecting to that. Don't do it. You got it. This is why it's so important to catch yourself. So this morphic field that Rupert talks about, I think is brilliant, and yes, it's not just about, oh, you have certain genes, so you're going to pick up certain behavior from your parents. No, it's coming from a completely different place. And that is this energy, this power of which we're all sharing. We're all part of the collective consciousness. So, they talk about animals when, the monkeys, right, learn something over here at the exact same time, all of a sudden the monkeys on the other side of the world start doing it. How is that? They're sharing that information, not because they're monkeys, genetically connected, although that's true too, but because they're sharing that mind. And other animals can do this too. And some of the experiments that he did, it's just pretty mind-blowing. So they were actually, this is something for you to think about. His son and some of his friends decided that when they were going to take this big test, that they would start at the end of the test, so that and they all had equal time, so they couldn't wait for everybody to get through the test and then take it. So they decided if they did a couple questions at the bottom, everybody else would already have started the test and start going through. So then they'd go back up to the top question and start the question. So the whole, I don't know, maybe it's 100 people or whatever taking the test are getting the answers here, right? So now if you're coming in behind them, that information's being put out there already. Those problems have been solved and they're putting out. And that group of kids knocked it out of the park. He said it appeared to work. Now you can say like he did. Maybe it was just they were brilliant. And that's a possibility too. But I don't know. I think that's a really good strategy. And if I were you, I'd try it. Let somebody else solve a problem, come in behind them, right behind them. Let them solve it and pick up on that collective consciousness to solve your problem. You could have a lot of fun with this. You could, if you wanted to solve a problem, sit and really focus on it. Somebody somewhere on the planet has already solved that problem or done what you want to do. And that's why meditation, you will actually connect to that. And that's why I'm constantly pushing meditation. You're connecting to that information. That's why I tell you, you can change your life. And a lot of you don't understand, well, here's meditating. I'm just going to, calm my mind. No. I'm getting you to connect to the absolute unlimited power that you are. That has all information, all solutions, all inventions, all probabilities. So when you get the ego and the garbage out of the way and you meditate, this should inspire you to meditate. You'll start to connect. When I upped my meditation, I meditated about almost 4 hours in the last 24 hours. Actually more than that. It's almost addictive because it takes you in such a peaceful place and you start to experience some pretty mind-blowing stuff the more you do it. And you start to drop away all of your ego and the thinking and everything. You start to connect to something so powerful that you can't even explain it to other people. And then things start to show up. They just manifest like crazy. Be careful of that. I asked for acceleration and I've been upping my meditation to connect to positive things and people. So anybody negative is starting to fall off. And I accept that. Even wonderful people are starting to do stupid things and go away because it's not a match anymore. And the right people are coming in. And all of a sudden these opportunities are coming in. I'm also acting on them. I got this, idea that I had to call my former client who's in technology. And I said, don't know why, but I have to call you. I have to talk to you. And she had a dream. And she said I was in her dream a week before. And I said, okay, we're in that field. And we're connecting somehow. Whatever our desires are, whatever we want to do is in that field. And it's together. We're supposed to be doing something together. So we started to talk. And sure enough, she had something going. I said, let's move forward with it. And now we have formed a new company. This is within a couple of weeks we've done this. Formed a new company and actually creating this new technology that is ready to launch in about 60 days. And that came out of the blue, but not really. It was there. I didn't know what it was, so you don't always have to know what it is. If you say, okay, I want a solution to this problem, or I want something, and make sure you're specific about what you desire, but not specific about what it is. So I asked for whatever I was doing, I had to be passionate about. It had to contribute to the world, or at least a portion of people, in a very positive way. It had to have a really positive purpose. And the third thing was I had to accept abundance. Not accept abundance. I had to receive proper compensation for it, abundance, so that I can do even more good stuff, right? You should be happy to receive abundance. So I had to get paid well for it, contribute to the world in a positive way, whatever we did, and be passionate about it and have a lot of fun, and work with really good people. So name those things and then let the universe decide what that is. And when I called her and I went, oh my God, tick, 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 tick. And our team happens to be one of the most awesome people I've ever met in my life. People I know that I pulled back into our circle because I've worked with them before. And I said, you know what? This feels really right. And everybody in our group said, yeah, we're working with great, awesome, giving, caring people that are brilliant. That was my wish list. So this crew was created and given to me. So I think it's really important for you to let go of the specifics to the point where you're dictating the universe, which may not be the best route for you. So let's say you want abundance. Say, I would like to feel passionate every day about what I do for a living. I would like an awesome opportunity to come to me that I secure, that pays me more than I imagine I could earn. You don't have to have that number. Now I've told you guys to pick some things as markers, because if somebody says to me, I want to make a lot of money, to me that's $1 billion. To somebody else it might be 100,000. So just, you can set those bars, like saying, I'd like to make well over 6 figures. Because what if you come up with some invention and, you make, a few $1 million, you never imagine that because your, income's 200,000 or whatever. I mean, just say, I would like to make at least 6 figures or more, and that abundance is going to flow in, that I will never be concerned about money because I have money flowing at all times. In fact, the idea of money makes me happy because I think of all the wonderful things I'm going to do with that abundance. I'm going to travel. I'm going to share it with my family. I'm going to contribute to the charities that I really love. I'm going to, put a family in a home and help them get on their feet. I mean, you could name all kinds of really awesome things and get excited about that. Did you watch my video? There's one where we're going to rewrite your story. That's a really powerful one. The other thing too is the little things jutting out here. You can sign up for my courses on 101 ways to change your life. So once every few days you'll get a video, usually a video, and one thing for you to focus on that day. And we just say, okay, today here's what you need to do. And then maybe 4 or 5 days later, all right, today. So we use the first one, and then, you're doing it every day. And then we add another one, and then you do those 2. And these are not complex. This is all easy stuff, but it gives you structure. So if you want to sign up for that, I'm building that now. And as soon as you sign up, they'll start coming through every 3 to 4 days. You'll get 2 right away, your welcome video, and then your first assignment. So if you want to do that, also I will announce courses that I'm going to be launching. I'm creating one right now that's very exciting. Very exciting. I think it's going to be really great for you. Again, the step-by-step, sometimes you just need somebody to take your hand and say, where do I start? It's so big. It seems so big. Yet it really is so simple. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I think this is just such an awesome subject. We are just absolutely one thing happening. You get individual choice. Go create. Give up the suffering, the thinking. Quit thinking. Really, you don't need to think. You know what? If I had my choice, that's not my path, but if I had my choice, I would rather just not talk ever again. I mean, seriously, I don't mean that like, I'm not going to have fun conversations with people, but I'm just saying there's so much talking that we do that's unnecessary. Am I? Okay, good. I always have stuff, black under my eyes. So just, think and speak only when you really need to and make it powerful. That's going to really eliminate a lot of garbage too. All right, so I need to get off to the next video on changing your beliefs because I know a lot of you really struggle with that. So I'm sending you light, love, peace, abundance, health, wealth, prosperity, joy. Did you say your mantra today? I am whole, I am perfect, I am strong, I am powerful, I am loving, harmonious, and happy. I'm happy. Don't you like smile when you say I'm happy? And then you say thank you to the universe, to the one, for the miracles that you're sending me today and every day that are going to be joyous and are going to bring me to all the goals that I want at all times. You can say thank you for whatever you want. Thank you for the food on the table, whatever you want to, but every day the gratitude part is thanking the universe, the one, the source, for what is appearing in your life or what is already in your life that you can visually see right now. Either way, it's all the same thing. It all exists. So if you want to bring something in, thank the one for it. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the new job that I have. That's what you want. Thank you for the beautiful, perfect relationship that I have. You know it exists. Just sit and wait. It'll show up. Just give it time. We're on linear time. Namaste.